Good morning.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, man.
Yeah, today is Talent Talk Monday. We have a special guest with us today. This is all things real estate, helping you understand what's going on. On Mondays, we typically talk to an affiliate as well as giving you a little bit of information about what's important and what you should know. I am Jurgen, and with me is
Davina and
your boy Steve. Boom, boom, boom.
And this is your Talent Talk crew for today, April 26th.
Happy Monday, but this is the last Monday in April.
It is.
Yes.
Spring has sprung. It feels like it. I thought today was supposed to be rainy, but it is a beautiful day outside.
It is a beautiful day. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning, Pat.
Good morning, Pat. It's a beautiful day out. It's looking good. It feels good. The sun's out. I mean, it feels like spring is here.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, had a service this weekend, and it was, a time for celebration. In some, it's always a time for celebration and remembrance. But when we were at the end, I was out throwing a football with nephew, and that was the first time I've thrown a football, I think, in like 2 years. Oh my goodness, it felt so good. And this morning it feels so bad. My shoulder is just, and I don't just lightly toss it. You start off with little light tosses back and forth, and before long you're just like heaving it as hard and far as you can. But oh man, feels so good to just move and be active.
I got you, but totally can't relate with the football throwing. That is like I'm embarrassed. I cannot throw a football. It does not go smoothly. It only goes like maybe 10 feet.
I can teach you.
Bad. Really bad.
I don't know why, but I can teach someone to throw a football.
Yeah, we know that. I've seen a class you've taught literally on throwing it. Like Jurgen literally did teach a class on throwing a football. Right.
My clock hour certification.
Yeah.
That was my clock hour certification.
Wow.
Creating the perfect spiral.
Yeah. Easier than you would think.
Yeah. So we have, do we have anything to announce before we get into our subject or topic of the day?
I'm thinking about it. Not that I can think of off the top of my head. I mean, we've got a full week ahead of us. We've got I'm looking outside. I'm seeing boats on the water. Everything it's starting off beautifully for the week.
Yes. Well, our topic of the day is real estate transactions, and we're actually going to talk about real estate transaction support and management and coordination. So we do have a trivia question that is related into transactions, and like it's crazy how many home sales happen every single year that have some level or not of transaction coordination and management that they have to go through. Yeah. So what's the trivia question?
Trivia question for today is, how many homes were sold in the past year of 2020? How many homes? And we've got a couple choices, multiple choice: 4 million, 2.75 million, 5.64 million, or 6.5 million.
Yeah, this is a good one to take your guess, because last year we had a hesitation and an interruption in the market, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, was it higher, lower, in between?
And there's a home shortage, right? So we have a pandemic and a housing shortage. So,
And how did they both leak into 2021? Why are we still dealing with a pandemic?
I know, but it feels better. The year's been going by pretty quick here for 2021. It feels like it's moving along a little bit faster. Things are moving in the right direction. So getting closer to that light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, yeah. Well, it depends on what the light at the end of the tunnel is. Is it a train?
That would be getting closer to us.
Yeah. People wanted 2020 to be over. Like they were so ready for 2020 to be over. Feel like 2021 is a better year. Don't feel like there's a urgency for, let's get this year over with because it's horrible. I feel like we're in a mode of healing. I feel like this is like the year of healing. But it's going too fast. I feel like this year is going too fast already.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for the market, we've got interest rates are still incredibly low. As we're approaching from spring into the summer, as we roll forward into that, we are seeing more and more inventory coming on the market, which is easing demand, maybe just a touch, which is really good. I feel great about real estate at least is going.
Yep. And, why don't we go ahead and get our guest on today? And she has a really good idea of what is going on in real estate, at least transaction wise, and specifically for our office. And she is our gem, our diamond. And she holds up our back end. She is amazing support that we have with us. And she's been with us for several years. She actually started at the front desk, brought baby Jackson in. So like she was literally front desk support. And then we had our office mascot, baby Jack, that was in with us. And then she transitioned into real estate. And then she transitioned into transaction coordination, and now she actually leads our transaction coordination team. And she's amazing. She definitely, our office sings her praises, and she's going to share a little bit with us today about what she does and her role. Without further ado, let's introduce Kelsey Sibley.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kelsey.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining this morning. And we don't get to see your face as often as we like to because you are typically working in the back and in the transactions. So, but and we've definitely, saw our I'm just thinking our trivia question today, which is, that how many transactions, and there's a lot, depending on, there's a lot to do, but I just wanted to open it up with, what is your role? Like we talk about transaction coordination and, but what exactly is that? What do you do?
Yeah. So, I would define it as kind of like the administrative duties of what an agent does. So, all of the back end stuff like deadlines, managing deadlines, paperwork, whether it's writing offers, listing paperwork, addenda, and then communication with agents, escrow, or lenders once the transaction is mutual. And then also adding on there is making sure that paperwork is compliant, making sure that everything is good to go, and that the transaction is going to run smoothly. That's what I would say is the job of the transaction coordinator.
Yeah. And who would know better than you? And
that's what I do.
Yeah, when we talk about that, like at the beginning in the introduction, Davina called you our little diamond. And you know what? A diamond is forged under pressure, and you certainly shine under pressure. Like, what is it like transitioning? Like you were an agent. You've actually been at a lot of areas from, again, front desk into actually doing the agent work and then into transaction coordination. What has this transition been like for you to go between these areas? And then what is that value? Like, what do you find rewarding about being a transaction coordinator?
Well, like you said, like I was an agent, but I would say that my strongest asset is my organization. And I mean, I have a good eye. So the paperwork part of being an agent comes really easily for me. And I know that that's actually like the opposite for a lot of agents, is they love, going out and building the relationships and everything. But for me, the easier part being, I'm a little bit of an introvert. So the paperwork part is what I thrive in. So, transitioning to transaction coordinator from an agent was easy for me because that is the part that I'm good at.
Wait,
But
you were an introvert. You don't love being on camera all the time?
I don't know. But yeah, but I mean, I would say, I mean, being a transaction coordinator, you're still a part of the home buying process. So you're still you're still an integral part, and you're still able to help, buyers buy homes and sellers sell their homes. So I mean, I would say that that's like the most rewarding part of it, is that I am making that happen, from the back end. They don't necessarily see me, but I'm back there helping the agents achieve that. Um,
You
and
sound like
yeah.
a Bette Midler song. The wind beneath our wings.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kelsey can sing too. She just, you know what? Kelsey can sing, but she won't sing unless she has a large audience, is what she says. So,
well, I sang in high school, and it was always on a stage. So, where you can't see anybody, it's black. So you're just singing out into the darkness. That's how I like to sing. I don't like to sing when I see people's faces or in the shower.
There we go. And there's Pat's, and then a little follow-up there with Jake saying, agreed. TC team is so valuable. Agreed.
Yay.
Look at Jake posing right there.
Jake chimed in about the value of having a transaction coordinator. And what are some of the benefits for some of those who may not know? Maybe some of those who are new to real estate. Just some of the benefits of having that transaction coordinator and coordination.
Well, I mean, the benefit is that you are able to build your business. You have more time to be out on the field doing showings, taking listing appointments, networking, door knocking, open houses. You have that time because you're not sitting behind a computer. You know, people are constantly reaching out to me. I'm in my car. Can you please, write up this addenda for me? And if I wasn't there, they would have to pull over on the side of the road, and so it's just kind of having the time and the ability to go out and do what you need to do to build your business, but still have someone kind of behind you who can help you on the back end with things when you're not able to do it. I would also say that I know that when you have multiple transactions, it's hard to keep track of all your deadlines and paperwork and everything. So kind of having someone, keep track of that for you also helps. And it doesn't help. It doesn't, hurt to have an extra set of eyes on your paperwork, making sure that everything is complete and in compliance. So there's no issues with that. So yeah, I mean, I would say that that's the biggest benefit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people aren't always great at that attention to detail. I mean, most people don't get into real estate because they love paperwork, right?
Yeah, no.
We love people. We love relationships.
Yeah. Sometimes we talk about fake work, and sometimes paperwork can be fake work. Like, I'm busy. I'm trying to figure out I'm practicing or what, it really is important to make sure that you have a team. And when you get to a certain level, one of the things that we always say is, agents, you need to know how to do your paperwork. Like that's foundational. But when you get to the point where you're doing the business, you're, like you said, having the time, to prospect. And if you're door knocking, if you're the appointments with the buyers and the sellers and the coffees and the relationship building that we need to do. And then the actual management of the contract and timelines, there's a lot that goes into just that. Plus, listing coordination. So you're putting a listing on the market. You have to have the listing paperwork done. You order the signs, so there's a lot of moving parts when it comes to the real estate agent's duty. And I can tell you that is one of the biggest struggles I know personally that I even had was I need to do it because I want it done right. And I want it done immediately. And I want to keep my hand held on this, but then you have so much going on that things start falling through the cracks. Like, did you do that? It's like, oh, I'm going to go get that written up, or I'm going to go do this, or I have to order this. And then, a chicken. And then, things start, right? So and again, business is fluid. You could be kind of not a whole bunch going on, and all of a sudden we can get dumped on with multiple things. So what would you say, to that agent that is now, they've been used to, easy does it, and I taking the time to do this and that, but they really need to start building business and working on things that are going to be a higher level return of investment of time, and they're spending too much time on paperwork. What would you say to that agent that really feels stressed, but they just don't want to let it go?
Get a transaction coordinator. Use a transaction coordinator. I understand, because I kind of have the same issue where I want, control over my own stuff. So I would understand that. But I think that when you have someone that you can really trust, and hopefully that's me for all the agents in the offices, that it can really help you not feel so overwhelmed and stressed out, and help you manage your time a little bit better. And I mean, that honestly, that's what I would say. It's okay to ask for help.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not necessarily asking for help. It's just realizing where, like, when you're having a business, being in real estate is like having a business, and to really be exceptional at what you do, you figure out the things that you are best at, the things you enjoy the most, and the things that, maybe you don't need to do, and the things that you don't enjoy, you don't do well, and you don't really need to do, you find ways of outsourcing those. So you said something that was really key in there, which is trust, right? You have to be able to trust that that's there. Now, it's one thing, Kelsey, for you to be able to do this on your own, but then at some point, just like people have to be able to trust in you, you have to be able to trust in others for that department to continue to grow. So how has it been as the transaction coordination department has grown and you have been the lead and the head in this?
I feel like that just strengthens the whole thing. It strengthens the transaction management portion for the agents. Me having the extra help that I need to make sure that everything is getting done and deadlines are being met, and I'm able to help with listings, write offers, and everything. So, I mean, it's great. It's great for me, and it's great for the agents. So.
Yeah, and I can see you've got fans like Donna saying, "Thank you, Kelsey, for all you do," and Valerie was also saying, "Love the TC team." So that's awesome.
You know what I appreciate, Kelsey, is we've got brokers who are coming to our office and they don't realize the value of the transaction coordinator. And once they start getting in, they start doing transactions, and we're talking to them. They's like, "Oh my goodness, the amount of work and the value that you bring to a transaction, and how you're able to really free up some time and making sure that files are staying compliant, and just being able to be that go-to person behind the scenes has been an extreme value to our team, and I really appreciate that. Last week we had Emmanuel Lafante in, and you almost feel like he's a what do you call that, conductor, orchestrator, and he just kind of has all these people that he has to kind of coordinate with, and I feel like that's kind of your position, is bringing all these people together. I mean, there's so many people that are involved in a real estate transaction, and just making sure everyone's doing what they need to be doing and things are getting done is a huge value.
Yeah.
So, in talking about that, so what would you say to an agent who's trying to manage the transaction paperwork on their own, maybe feeling a little bit that either stretched or always trying to catch up?
Organization is the number one thing. For me, managing so many, I'm managing every transaction in the 3 offices. So, I really need to make sure that I'm staying organized. That is honestly like the number one, the number one rule to making sure that deadlines are met and paperwork is done correctly.
Steve's question was so good, he just mic dropped
He
out.
just left. He was so excited to hear my answer.
Oh goodness.
No, that's fantastic. And I know Davian has got the next little bit here, but I just want to say that for all the different things that I have daily on my plate, to not be concerned about the day-to-day transactional things, to know that you've got my back on the back end to help me on the timelines, to make sure that the paperwork that I've got, you give me so much confidence that I'm not having to check, double, triple check all the time on what's going on. And then I can focus on the things that are important for me to help keep the business moving forward. To me, that's why you're at Diamond. So,
well, thank you. I try.
And that's really important too. Is that you care. You really do care, and you care about the agents specifically, and you also, because there's relationship there, which we talk about relationship, and it's really important that you do get to maintain and have relationships with the agents that you serve, and then attention to detail. Like, you care about the product and the outcome of what you're doing, and that means a lot as well. And I know that there's been times when you've said, Davina, do you have this? And I'm like, oh, thank you for the reminder. Like, there's reminders there, so and not just the compliance for, or should I say the manager of the transaction, so that we can just make sure we have everything together and that we're meeting our timelines, but it's really the compliance for the office, in regards to making sure that we have all the documents that we need, so that when things get reviewed by our, by the firm, they're all there, everything is there. So we really do, it really is important, and when we talk about this is something that we do here at, within our talent group. Transaction coordination, we feel, is important on every transaction, to make sure that every agent and transaction is served. And so we offer that with every single transaction. I know every companies do things differently based on their models, but it's really important that agents, wherever their transaction, it's an investment. It's not a cost, to look at things that build your business to help you do more is an investment. And just to encourage agents, no matter where they are, that considering having someone to help them is, if they're wanting to do more business and do better business, it's one of the first things they should probably consider. I know I'm going long here, but there is a question then. What is, you're doing this. Is there a reward? Like, what's most rewarding about what you do? Because it's, for me, I don't like paperwork. So I feel like that's monotonous, right? But for you, being that that's what you thrive on, like what's most rewarding to you about what you do?
Well, the perfectionist in me is like, just I like the fact that when a transaction is, done and getting ready to close, that everything is perfect. So I like, knowing that everything is compliant and everything is done correctly. But then kind of like what I said earlier is that I am a part of the buying and selling process. Even though the clients might not necessarily know that I'm there, I am there. And I know that I had a part in getting them their home or helping them sell their home. So it's kind of the same feeling as you would have as an agent, like, oh, I was part of that process and this person now gets to, live in this beautiful home that they bought. And also just increasing the overall like compliance of the offices is definitely feels like an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Knowing that I'm a part of that, and that you guys are good for auditing purposes and the agents are good and their transactions are running smoothly. So
Well, we like to know we're good for auditing purposes, so thank you.
You're welcome.
And I wanted to say congratulations, because I know ever since you were a little girl, your dream was to become a transaction coordinator. So I mean, this is really just.
Yes.
Congratulations, Kelsey.
No, I mean, I enjoy it. I mean, I can't say, I mean, when I was little, I think I wanted to be on like Broadway, but I mean, here I am.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's fun, and I enjoy real estate. So, and like I said, I'm good with the paperwork. So here I am.
Yeah, and you are. I mean, it's rare in life that we see people always really find a great fit. But I mean, you still get a lot of interaction with the brokers. You get some interactions with clients when necessary. You really are focused in on the things you're so good at. One thing though, I mean, we just recently went through. Real estate isn't static, so we just went through a bunch of form revisions. How do you stay on top of all of that to make sure that as forms change or different things come down in real estate, that we do, or the agent is able to maintain compliance or have the right forms?
I mean, I learn as I go, but I mean, for example, with these form changes that just came out in, was it March? The class. So I mean, just like agents take classes, I also take classes, and I'm licensed. So I have to do my continuing education every year and all of that. So I mean, I study and I look at what, and it's really been a learning process, like as I go. Like I learn something new almost every day, just by different situations that happen and transactions. Sometimes a new form will pop up that I've never seen before. So I sit there and I read it. It's not, I know that people don't really like to sit there and read it, but I need to know what it means, so I'll sit there and I'll read it and I'll make sure that I understand it. So, so
and
that
there's also good communication on those forms too. Like when there are questions or such, I mean, one of the best things I think we have is just a good communication, and you've always done a really good job with communication for someone who's an introvert.
Was that my side, or did Jurgen like freeze?
No, he froze. I was like,
okay.
Did I? It was the. Did I really?
Yeah.
You did.
But I heard the part where you said I'm great at communicating, so that's all that matters.
That's all you needed to hear.
Yes.
I thought you were just thinking for a minute.
I know.
I try not to do that at all.
Oh gosh. So, well, I think we're pretty much up with it's already 10 minutes to 9. We've had a lot of conversations with Kelsey, and thank you for joining us, Kelsey, and us sharing and allowing us to share what you do, and you sharing a little bit of insight about the importance of what you do and how you enjoy what you do. So that makes a big difference.
She enjoys it enough to come on camera.
I know. You didn't say no. You know, I know there's a little bit, I felt a little bit of reluctancy and discomfort there. But what do we say? We say a couple of words, and you just lived into that. What are they, Kelsey?
People.
Yeah. So,
well, thank you.
No, thank you for joining. I'm hearing a little bit of an echo. Was that me?
I don't know.
I don't know who it is, but I'm hearing it too, Davina.
Okay. Hear it too.
Oh, interesting. I'm the only one not, so probably me.
All right. Well, we have Kelsey. You can hang out if you want to for our trivia question. I know you have
work to do.
Yeah. So,
all right. All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thanks for joining. We love you.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Our girl.
Yeah.
So,
Our girl.
It is, without a doubt, I'm completely sincere about the comment that would not be able to do the things that I'm able to do without that support and without the trust that things are being taken care of. And pretty consistently, she's doing things before even I remember to do it. And I feel comfortable about that because I trust her. I trust that things are getting done right. And that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I love is that I think that really sets John L. Scott Talent Group apart is having these key members in place. And Kelsey is a huge key part of the team in what she does in helping our brokers just really be able to thrive in this business and building and growing their business. You know, brokers talk about having a team, and Kelsey is definitely a huge part of our team and what we do here. So big shout outs to Kelsey and our transaction coordinating team.
Amen. Now, we were talking about transactions or sales, and there's a trivia question that is in there, and we are going to bring in, first time ever.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Okay. I see him in the back. He's like, what? So Christy is out on maternity leave, and Jared is holding it up in the back. So are you ready, Jared, for the trivia question?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm ready.
This is Jared, everyone. Jared, say hello, Jared.
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Who is Jared, first off?
Who is Jared?
Jared's part of our marketing team, our marketing department, broker support.
Yeah.
He's also an integral player and team member to John L. Scott Talent. So, Jared, welcome to the team, and thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
He's a Jared of all trades.
And Jared, just like Kelsey, loves to be on camera and just, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's like, no, not really, but okay, here I am. So, all right, so go ahead.
All right, so trivia question. How many homes were sold in the past year, so the 2020 calendar year? And then our options were A, 4 million, B, 2.75 million, C, 5.64 million, and then D, 6.5 million. And then our answer, any guesses? Or you three already know that.
We know the answer.
All right, so the answer, 5.64 million. And then the little explanation about it is after plummeting in March and April, the sales suddenly began to climb, and then the total year-end sales volume ended at 5.64 million units, the highest level actually since 2006. So pretty crazy that even through the pandemic, sales continued to go and rise.
Really felt it through the fall and winter time when it would have started to ease a little bit. We didn't really have an easing into 2021.
Right.
The season through a pandemic, through the winter and the fall and winter, it really didn't slow real estate down much.
No, and so we'll see what we this year's pacing.
Yeah.
So, well, that kind of looks like, well, so we actually have some things, and Jared, thank you, and hang out, please. There are some updates coming up in our real estate world, and what do we have coming up this week?
We got a career night
tomorrow.
Yeah, so this Tuesday, tomorrow, we have career night from 5:30 to 6:30. So if you are interested in getting a real estate license or just want to find out what it costs, what it entails, tune into our career night. You can register on our Facebook page or go to our website to register for career night. Next up on our calendar, we have our office meeting for our John L. Scott brokers this Wednesday at 9 o'clock. And we actually have a special guest coming out from Formations, who's going to be talking about some business planning, forming your S Corp or maybe LLC, and some of the advantages of that for brokers in the business. And then also this week, we have Forms Friday, where we are doing our series on listing properties. So we're probably going to be covering the listing forms this Friday from 9 to 10. And then after Forms Friday, we have our market update with Jurgen and Davina. So Jurgen and Davina will be talking about new listings coming on the market, kind of giving you an update of what's going on in our real estate industry here locally in the area. And then just giving you some pertinent news that you can use for what's going on in the real estate market right here in Pierce, Thurston County and surrounding areas. So I think that's what we got going on for this week, right?
Yeah, and then we have 2 birthdays coming up this week. There is Serena's birth. I won't tell you how old she's turning.
Happy birthday,
Serena. Yes, coming up Wednesday. It's a milestone birthday that she's celebrating.
Ooh.
And Jurgen also has a birthday this week. Thursday, Jurgen Robinson is turning the next age older. So when we come back, you'll be a year older, Jurgen, when we come back on Friday.
Yeah, time speeds up in a day, doesn't it? You go from 1 year to the next in a day.
In a day, yes. So you wanted to mention those birthdays that are coming up this week.
I'm feeling it in my shoulder this morning.
Oh man, yeah, it's all good. So you just need to even it out. Throw with your left hand next time.
Oh, that'll go really terribly. I'm not ambidextrous.
Yeah. Well,
I can't even pretend to be because I look like I have no motor coordination on my left side for some reason. It's just not good.
Yeah. Why don't you just spell ambidextrous? You know. So.
AMBDERXTIOUS.
Yeah, I don't think so.
We'll have to run it back and see how close I got.
Oh man! All right. Well, it is time. Is it time? Wrap up time. We are just a few minutes shy of 9 o'clock.
Yeah. We're running right on time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't think I'm not actually gonna rewatch and see how close I got to spelling it though. I think I got a lot closer than you think.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe, we'll talk about it later.
We'll go live just to talk about it.
Oh man. All right. Well, it is time to wrap it up, and we do that every time with those two words. We really appreciate being able to be here and share some insight on what's going on in the real estate industry, but also sharing with what we specifically are doing in regards to managing transactions this week. So thank you again for we're just happy to be here, right?
Every day
since COVID. Yes, since March of last year, we literally lockdown started, and here we go. So we're going to keep going, and we really would appreciate, if you guys have any ideas of any guests, or if you yourself, that was pretty. That was great. Yeah, if you or your business wants to be a part of our talent talk, please. That was a great little piece there. But yeah.
I didn't realize it had music on it, so I thought it was actually going to be up, and you were going to be able to talk under it.
Okay, cut.
I'm telling you, I can't wait to see the talent talk blooper reel.
Yeah, it's like, okay, be bold, bye.
Right? Yeah. I can't stop it now, right?
Sunset.
Okay, let's just go. It's time. We're ready to head out, and who wants to take us out on the Be Bold?
All right, guys, who's taking us out? Jared.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. All right.
Now, okay, Jared, one more time with enthusiasm. All right, here we go.
Got this,
Jared.
All right.
Come on, Jared, bring it.
3, 2, 1. Be bold.
Be bold.
All right.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye.